I don't think I had this job before. I think I've been to Washington twice since the last time we played.
Yeah, it's been a minute. And Zell, what is the last thing you remember?
Oh my goodness. So I didn't make it last session, so
Uh-huh.
nothing from that. I did hear some big things happened.
Yeah, Aang came back.
Yeah,
I think you
Aang
weren't
came
there.
back.
Oh
yeah.
shit, for real?
Yeah.
I also wasn't here, I just realized.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
The session before that, I got a lot of stuff done as Hylas, though. Kind of just some personal agenda stuff, like got Abigail her gifts, went shopping with Paige, helped Paige write a letter, avoided the existential dread with Paige.
Got him some new drip.
I remember that we met a guy named Raphael. Yeah.
Yep.
Who was dying and needed Willow and Tesla to figure out how to electrocute him back to life.
He specifically came looking for Tesla.
Willow's there.
And Willow was there.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
By proxy.
Hey, Willow's useful sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not saying Willow's not useful. We're just saying, like,
as far
it was
as I'm
unexpected.
concerned, Willow's on the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he came seeking Tesla to electrocute him back to life. Let's see, what else? Oh, was it the last session I saw where Michonne like threatened his other self?
Mm-hmm.
And was
Yeah.
like, if you wind up on stage, just perform. And don't talk to me. Like,
Oh my god.
yeah. What else? I know Maddie finally arrived in town, but decided to just sleep it off after everything she went through.
Yep.
Yeah, with arrived in town, one limb smaller.
Yeah, most of her arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's factually correct.
That I feel like that summarizes pretty much the gist of what
Came
happened.
before Aang, yeah.
Yeah, what came before Aang. But the previous session, man, let me think of what happened.
Aang nearly got her head blasted off because Kira thought it was funny.
Are you talking about her sneaking? Oh, because of Willow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
You got to take a whole bunch of force damage straight to the face.
You would have been perfectly welcome to do so. Aang crept up into Willow and Abigail's room and came in through the fucking window in the middle of the night and accidentally woke Willow when she was trying to put the glasses back on Willow's face. So the first thing Willow sees when she wakes up is just a person who does not look like Aang putting her glasses on or trying to, hovering over her.
What the fuck?
Seems like a good idea.
Did you get the new description or the description of new Aang?
There's a picture.
Yeah,
there's a picture.
Oh,
You're
I've
right.
been
You're right.
suitably informed on what Aang's got going on right now.
So listens to me, and I very much appreciate them for that.
Always.
Aang came back and informed us that the mythical wild hunt is indeed real and is heading towards Murcott, which means a lot of death and dying for non-Fae. We have like maybe 2 weeks if we're lucky.
Hello.
Yo.
Hi, Cody.
Hello.
Hello.
So now we're in a scramble to do quite a lot of things, because in conversation, Willow deduced that somehow Aang is likely possessed in part. She doesn't know by who or what or how necessarily, but Aang's insistence that she come and warn and then immediately leave because she's not sure she can control herself with the wild hunt implies a lot of things. And so there is a group that is trying to figure out if and how we can perform an exorcism on Aang. There is a group that is trying to figure out, trying to get to the kings and queen of Murcott to warn them about the wild hunt and figure out whether or not we try to prepare Murcott to weather the storm as best we can, or if we can convince them to just evacuate as many people as possible, which the problem is it's going to be not as deadly, but still deadly, because that's just a bunch of people going on the road, probably towards Termarkt, through the forest. Which, this many people through the forest is not a good thing. There was something else. I forget the other thing.
Willow, I don't remember why Willow needed to go to pick up some supplies.
She's trying to make fucking Maddie's arm before shit kicks off.
Yeah. Okay.
And the big list of things that I was going to make, that's just fucking, I've tossed that now, because we're not gonna do it. We don't have the time. So what everybody's got is what everybody's got now.
Heard.
Last thing I think we're gonna manage to make in the time frame is Maddie's arm, if we can squeeze it in.
Yeah, expedite the arm.
Yep.
So who was going to research the exorcism stuff? I think it was
Vincent.
And Anissa?
And Anissa.
That makes sense.
Abigail?
Maybe, yeah, because they were going to the
convent.
The convent, yeah. So Abigail, it makes sense for Abigail to be with them.
Because Aang's hanging out on the roof. I don't know that we placed Paige necessarily.
Paige can be wherever
I
Paige wants to be.
It's fine.
Paige and Michonne, we were saying, needed to go to the like arts district, because they have technically made friends and acquaintances over there to start trying to convince the aristocrats and higher up of the city that are not the kings and queen that shit is about to pop off, so that we can maybe get some more sway in the city if the kings and queen are being annoyingly stubborn.
They went to go talk to the one aristocrat you guys know already, which is Blackwater, Lucius Blackwater.
Okay.
And then Willow while on her jaunt through the middle of the city, ran into, or is on a collision course potentially with
Biggs.
Mr. Biggs.
Yeah, she's heading towards the Delaunay General Store with Malik, and there was a third person. Was it Maddie? I don't know. There's a third person that she was with. I don't remember who it was.
I don't know if Maddie was sleeping today off too or not. I don't remember, truthfully. But Maddie...
So, yeah, Hylas and Paige have to find themselves a spot amongst all of that.
Paige, you want to be...
Idea.
Okay, where you want to be, Hylas?
I want to climb up on the roof with Aang.
Oh, okay. Paige, I have an idea.
None.
There's present. Oh my God, there's plenty of social interactions to go around, and you are the social one.
True. I don't think she'd be doing research, because she just doesn't like reading, you know? So she would probably want to do the more talky thing that does not involve researching. The walking around. Was that an option, or is that just an idea?
You're either going to talk to a fancy noble or a rich steel tycoon. You're talking to two rich bitches. Just rich in different ways.
Okay.
Unless you want to come up with some other thing that you want to do. Like, that is also totally an option, if you have another idea of what Paige could and would be doing.
No, I think she'd rather talk to the... Probably the... Fuck, what does she hate more? Does anyone want to request a Paige? Because I feel like lesser of two evils. It's kind of hard to pick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I know Willow's not going to be thrilled with Biggs, but Willow was also... This was all in service of her doing invention and doing alchemical shit. So I don't know that Paige would have wanted to tag along with her. Because Biggs was just a, oh no, he's there. Why is he there?
Understood. Fuck that guy. Noble time.
Yeah, and Blackwater is a fan of the arts. He does like performances,
okay.
both ballet and music and other, which Paige would fall into other for him. He would be enthused by magic shit.
So Paige and Michonne?
Paige and Michonne?
Charlie?
Paige and Michonne?
Is this agreeable?
Yeah.
Bet.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll a die to see who we start with. Well, that was a waste of a nat 20. But we're gonna start with Willow, because I had Willow on the high end. So let me turn this on. So, Willow, you are in the Central Market area, which is called the Bustle, I believe. Yeah, the Bustle. So in the Bustle is the one Delaunay General Store. There's two in the city. This is the Lower Murcott Delaunay General Store. And you saw Biggs's little car parked out front, just in the street, because there's no rule about that yet. And as you enter into the little shop here, you'll notice that, like, the general store is exactly that. It is a general store. Let me find my little thing here. This is mostly groceries, but, like, you know, some of the other general is out of screen. Come on, let it load. But it is a big area, a quite big building. And like it is pretty much always somewhat busy. But today in the middle of the day, it's kind of at a lull because most people are off doing their own particular work or craft. But as you walk in, you see of course, the towering, incredibly recognizable figure of Barnaby Biggs, who is in the middle of talking to the front desk clerk, who seems a little out of sorts, maybe possibly near the end of some rope. And he is like he's got his arms crossed and leaned back quite a bit. He is, again, like, being this close to him, he is absurdly tall. He is comically tall and wide. And like his, like, looking at his clothing at this point is like, you can imagine for any other person who'd be like wearing a tent. But as he stands there drumming his fingers, the store clerk looks past him and kind of uses you as like an escape route and just goes, hi, can I help you?
We're just looking for a couple of things. Let's browse and see if you have them.
As you say that, the Biggs will, not looking at you, will turn and like take a step to the left to cut off this clerk's vision and eye line of you, and he'll say, "Now hold on 1 second. I was talking to you, ma'am, and I believe you were supposed to help me find somebody." She kind of steps back and just goes, yeah, I told you, I don't know where she is. She doesn't work here. Well, her name's on the sign, isn't it? I'm afraid it's not that simple, sir. As you are free to look around and wander the store. You can find a handful of goods that are relevant to your interests in constructing your prosthetic arm.
I think there's
Is there
a moment of like, as they're sneaking past, because Willow is actively using Malik as a like, you're staying between me and him. And she hears the like snippet of the conversation, and there's just a little bit of like, oh god, she kind of leans against him for a moment. She knows what she's gonna have to do, but she doesn't want to. She's putting it off as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile,
Malik
also
is...
loading Malik's arms full of shit.
He's continuing to like carry more and more, like totally unbothered by it, but he's like, he looks over to Biggs and then like looks at the top of his head, and he's having this measurement of like, holy shit, he's way taller than me, like way taller than me. And Malik is used to being one of, if not the tallest in the room. Him and Hylas are eye level, minus the slouch that Malik has. But this is like a whole new level of tall. But as you are quickly collecting your goods, and it doesn't take you much time at all to find what you need, because you're aware of how the store is arranged and what goods are there. So you collect your things and manage to get everything you need to head up to the counter to leave.
And he's still harassing the clerk.
He is still like stamping his foot. The clerk has like pardoned herself to go into the back room, and has kind of exited the frame for a brief few seconds to escape the downward gaze of Biggs. As like looking over at him, he takes out a little hanky from his coat pocket and will dab his face and around his neck, because it is probably a little hot inside here. But he'll fold his little hanky and stick it back in his coat, which the outfit he's wearing, I should have described that. The outfit he's wearing is very fashionable. It is a long, like, dark purple coat with like a fancy dark folded collar. He has white gloves on. He has striped slacks and like Oxford style shoes. He looks very much like a rich dude. It is a little obnoxious to an extent, but he does in fact look the part for being an exorbitantly rich man. But as you like look over to him and contemplate going up to the counter to wait, he shakes his head and then will turn to look in your direction, and he just gestures to where the clerk has disappeared to and just goes, "Can you believe the service here?"
Well, to be fair, she is in the business of collecting coin in exchange for goods, not for information.
He shakes his head, just... You'd think that someone as popular and well-known as a Delaunay would at least be kind enough to visit their own location.
What business do you have with the Delaunays? Aren't you from... I don't know, the other large city?
He turns to look at you, and I'm going to roll a check for him. Okay, that is... Willow, what is your class DC? I'm just going to go off your class DC, because I don't know what else to make this.
Where is that? What is that?
It would be under your, the hand, under proficiency, is all the way at the bottom.
16.
16?
Mm.
Okay, cool. So he got an 18 total. So he looks at you, and then he opens his mouth to continue and just goes, "Now hold on. You look familiar. If not a little older than I remember." He rubs his chin very dramatically.
There's just a blink and shake of the head. She doesn't say anything.
Malik will whisper to you, "Do you know this guy? I mean, like, aside from reputation."
I don't remember if she's met him or not.
Your parents have, for sure. And maybe when you were very young, on the border of not being able to remember it.
Not personally, in any way.
Biggs takes one big step over and will take a knee and get a little closer and says, "Well, I'll be." And he gets a really big smile on his face. "You're her, aren't you?"
There's a tightening of the lips before training kicks in. Guilty as charged.
He stands up and claps his hands together and like one good like slap of the hands to celebrate, and just goes, "Well, it's so good to finally meet you again. Why, the last time I saw you, you were barely above my knee." And he puts his hand down dramatically, like to where his knee is, to show you just how small you were. "Now, which one are you again? You're Willow or... oh, I forget the other one's name. The youngest one."
Lorelei, but I am Willow, yes.
"Now, if I remember correctly, after the passing of your lovely parents, I believe it was your brother who took over the family business?"
My By and large, yes. He's the one that deals with the day-to-day and all of the math and leaves some of the outside trade up to us, depending on what we need, but I run my own business now.
Well, you don't say. You run your own business, an entrepreneur after my own heart. Pray tell, what is it you do, ma'am?
Willow is just carefully, was kind of moved past him just a little bit, carefully stacking up the things from Malik's arms on the counter, continuing about her business. I run an inventions and alchemical workshop.
Oh, so you're one of them 100-pound head types. A brainiac, so to speak.
Yeah, I'd argue all of my siblings are to one extent or another.
Well, there's no arguing with that. Your brother's business acumen has served him well in the passing of your parents. May their souls rest in peace.
She nods. He has kept the family business growing, and she kind of gestures around. Well equipped even outside Tiamat. If you were asking for me, is there something you need of me, sir?
The clerk, as you're talking, has like emerged from the back and has started to like total up all of your items, like in the interim. And Big will continue and say, "Well, I heard that Delone was in town, and I figured, like attracts like." And he gestures to himself and then to you. "I would love to have you for dinner at some point, if you're interested. My treat, of course."
There's a kind of small smile, polite. She looks back towards Malik and towards Biggs. Well, there's quite a lot that's happening in the city right now, but dinner may not be the worst idea. Though I do admit I am traveling with quite a few people. It'd be hard to pull myself away from them.
I understand traveling with quite a few people. I have my own little coterie of handyman myself. One of them's supposed to be around here, but I think he got distracted by something in the back. And he'll turn and look over his shoulder, and he will shout, "Arthur, where are you?" And from around the corner, walks out a man with short-cut, very well-combed hair, wearing a suit, an era-appropriate suit. He's white with like very well-shaven, well-kept face. He's got a very archetypically well-cut jawline, and he simply walks around the corner with not much ado. He just goes, "Ah, hello, I'm Arthur. Did you need something, sir?" "Arthur, I have a lovely woman here I'd love to introduce you to. This is Willow Delaunay of the Delaunay name," and he points to the roof, or the ceiling. "She owns this little place here, and the one in the upper city, and the one in Termark, and the one in Starwick." And Arthur just does a nice little shake of the head and goes, "Impressive. So you're someone worth knowing, I would take it." And he'll take a few strides forward and hold out his hand to shake.
Willow kind of looks over towards him. Doesn't respond to the she owns this and this and this, but she'll take his hand, give it a firm shake. And I think that depends on exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking for general goods, hell, you can just come into a store. You don't necessarily need to know me. Well, I specialize in inventions.
Interesting. I think in the right time, we could probably benefit from inventions. You're obviously intelligent. and it pays to know intelligent people.
There's kind
What
of a
kind of inventions do you make?
arch of the brow at his statement. A little of this, little of that. I work primarily with the hunters of Termart. Though I have been known to create a few tonics and anti-venoms and poisons here and there.
Oh, interesting. Well, if you ever want to work for the government, and he will reach into his shirt and pull out a card and hand you a card.
She'll take
And
it.
on the card says Arthur Dixon II, Confederated States Ambassador of the Confederated States of America.
Does she know anything about that?
You know, America is long fucking gone.
Yep. She kind of blinks and looks towards Arthur, then back down towards the card. Either you and Mr. Biggs here are up to some political shenanigans that haven't quite made their way to Termart, or I have missed a significant history lesson.
I get that a lot. I am an ambassador for a contingent of people that are looking to reestablish the United States. But we can't obviously be united because of what happened 55 years ago, or 50 years ago.
I think
So-
there are a list of struggles to that particular pursuit that might well take all of the paper in this shop. She doesn't say it with any judgment, just stay like, huh.
Mm-hmm. He kind of casually nods, like this is something he's encountered a lot of before. And as he kind of nods casually, just kind of eyebrows pushed together, Big will slap him on the back and make his whole body rock and just go, Arthur here had the big aspirations, bigger than me. And he belly laughs in a way that I will not imitate because I don't think I could do it justice, and it would be mostly humiliating.
There's a kind of small smile and nods. Hell, trying to unite people in the world we now live in is not the worst idea. Though I cannot say envy that type of work.
Arthur opens his mouth, and then Biggs slaps him on the back again and shuts him up and just goes, Arthur here knows something about impossible tasks, but I supply him with many resources in the hopes that he can fulfill his mission, provided he gets me a little something in return. But keep that under your hat. And he'll touch his ear and then touch his nose and then give you a wink.
Will nod slightly. Well, my family always did say that you were rather good at spotting opportunities. Though, can't say I'm surprised you've found an opportunity with Arthur here. She tucks the card away and will kind of like size both of them up. What exactly are the two of you doing in Termart? Or not Termart, Murcott. This is quite a ways away from Starwick.
Arthur opens his mouth to speak again, and then Biggs will interrupt him and say, We're here to talk to the lovely royalty of this town. I wanted to show off my new invention. The boys made back in a lab up in Starwick. Did you see it parked out front? You're an inventor. You're a smart lass. You would have probably appreciated the craftsmanship that went into it.
There's a little hint of a guilty look, and she nods. I did, in fact, see it. It's rather a curious little thing that you've made. I can see where it might be improved, in fact, if it works how I think it might.
Arthur cuts in really quickly and just goes, "We'd love to have your opinion on it if you're willing to write them down and give them to us. We're always looking for ways to improve."
Well, that would require me to actually be able to look on the inside and confirm my suspicions.
Over dinner? After dinner?
Willow kind of purses her lips. And she looks between them before she places her hands on her hips. Yes, after dinner. But I think I might need, if you will pardon the expression, to seize upon an opportunity of myself here.
Big, very interested, will lean in and be like, "What opportunity?"
Well, you made quite a show of heading up into the upper city already. I assume you've already talked to the kings and queen.
He nods and says, "I have already spoken with them at length. I've been here for a few days now, and we have dinner every night. If you want, I would be happy to introduce you."
And she smiles, nods, and that is the opportunity I was looking for. I have a matter of great import that I need to discuss with you, and the two of you might honestly be interested, though perhaps not thrilled, to hear it as well.
Ooh, a matter of great import. Arthur, are you listening? Keep your ears peeled for this information. Should we talk here or somewhere more discreet?
Well, if I'm being invited to dinner with the kings and queen, perhaps it's best if it's all done at once. To decrease rumors and confusion, you understand?
Of course, I respect your decision. Although I must ask, do you have something a little, and he makes a gesture to your outfit, nicer to wear?
And she looks down at herself, and there is almost a teasing challenge that comes into her expression as she looks back up at him. Yeah, that's quite an insinuation that this is low quality, Mr. Biggs. I might take an insult there. But also, you knew my family. Perhaps I should be insulted to insinuate that I would not have something else.
He holds his hands up in fake surrender and just goes, "I meant no offense. I simply want to impress upon you that our dinner guests have a particular sense of style and a familiarity with finery that I think is best to put out towards them."
I'll make note of it.
If you want, I did bring my seamstresses and my tailors along with me. They're staying in an inn somewhere in this area. And he just kind of vaguely tosses his hand around.
She shakes her head. I appreciate the offer, but I have actually made quite a few friends in the city already, of the seamstress and tailor varieties. Sure, they would be more than happy to fix anything I might need.
At this point, your goods have been completely paid for, and you are free to exit whenever you want.
She will just take an extra couple gold out of her purse and hand it to the clerk, just slide it across. And there is a shoot of a sympathetic look. And then look back towards Mr. Biggs. So, can I take it that I might receive an escort, myself and one or two companions, to join you for dinner with the kings and queens tonight?
He slaps Arthur on the back as he speaks and just goes, Arthur here would happily escort you up dinner tonight if you're willing and able.
Tonight would probably be best. It has been a pleasure, Mr. Biggs. And did Arthur give a last name?
I didn't say
Dixon,
yeah, Arthur Dixon the second. He would have introduced himself by his full name, but I think he just said Arthur.
No, he said Arthur Dixon II.
Oh, he did? Okay, yeah.
Mr. Dixon, I look forward to our conversations later, and to seeing that beast of a machine outside.
He, Biggs will gesture to the door and say, I'd be happy to let you sit in it if you like. Just a quick test drive, if you really want to. Sweet talk me, that is.
There's a little laugh and a shake of the head. She is unloading groceries into Malik's arms again. And I can't leave my man here just holding everything for me all day. And I do have a bit of work I need to get done. It's of equal importance, I'm afraid.
Malik gives you a look of thank you, God. And Mr. Biggs, for the first time, seems to have noticed Malik. He just completely disregarded his existence the entire time for some reason. And when he does, he looks at him, and there's a little look of repugnance there. And he just goes, I see. Your helper here. Well, I will let you to your business there. And I will send Mr. Arthur to come call for you around, say, 7 p.m.
She'll nod. What's the closest gate to the Knight's End? Is it South Gate or something? I think it's
Yeah,
South
there's
Gate.
a southern gate. Yeah.
Well, I will meet you, Mr. Dixon, around 9, at the southern gate.
Wait, around 9 or around 7?
7, whatever he said, 7.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Dixon will nod, and he will say, I will meet you there, and then. Biggs claps his hands again in this big, triumphant, this celebratory gesture, and he looks to you both and just goes, well, I think this was a productive chance encounter, a bit of a serendipitous moment. I'm satisfied. And I will see you for dinner, Miss Delaunay. Can I call you Willow?
Yeah. What's his first name? Barnabas?
Barnaby. Yeah, Barnaby.
Only if I may call you Barnaby.
He gives you a very broad, toothy grin. You, of course, may call me Bon.
She will kind of duck her head in a polite half nod bow, and will turn, open the door for Malik, and then look over her shoulder, very pointedly giving Arthur a look of her holding the door open for Arthur to take. She wants them out of the shop.
Arthur will give you a nod of the head and head out, and Biggs will follow after, ducking underneath the door frame and stepping out into the light of the outside. Malik whispers under his breath, let's go.
Willow's walking with him quickly. Keep your ears open. Make sure nobody is tailing us on our way to the lab.
He kind of wedges his face around some of the stuff that you guys bought, so you can see it. He just goes, "I've been keeping my ears and nose peeled," and then his tongue feathers out.
She nods. There's a little smile. Thank you for that. Welcome to social niceties of the upper class.
I hate this.
Just be glad he wasn't wearing too much cologne. That's also a danger. I don't think your tongue would recover.
He makes a twisted grimace. As you step outside, Biggs will rub his hands together in this kind of evil machinations sort of way, but he's obviously not doing anything overtly evil. But he enthusiastically gestures towards the car, and he will say, "Willow, I'll give you one more chance. If you're interested, you can sit in the car. Sorry, the automobile."
Willow just kind of smiles. She looks back towards him and shakes her head. Unfortunately, I do need to get back to my work. I have an invention I must make very quickly for a client.
I understand. I do not want to get in the way of a hard-working, independent, intelligent young woman. Mr. Arthur here will see you later tonight for dinner. Won't you, Arthur? And he slaps him on the back, and Arthur, again, just buffeted by the slam, just goes, yes, I will see you tonight.
And she'll do another nod and probably duck around a street sooner than they need to, just to get break line of sight. As they get around the corner, I wonder if that poor man has bruises on his back at this point.
Undoubtedly. Is upper society always like this?
Oh, this is actually rather tame.
He just makes again the disgusted grimace.
Hey, remind me to drag you to one of the parties that we have to throw every year in Termarkt.
Do I have to wear a suit?
You'll get fewer odd looks with a suit.
I get odd looks anyway.
Well, they're more likely to come up to you and try to see if you have scales if you're in anything other than a suit.
He has a flat expression of unamusement and just goes, "Oh, let's go make Maddie an arm. Or you make her an arm and I'll move stuff around for you."
I am sorry. Wish I could provide you something more stimulating to do.
No, it's all right. I guess once we're done here, I could go back to looking for the vampire.
Or you can try to take a tour around the city and see what you can tell of the defenses of it. I know you're not a soldier, but you are a fighter.
There are patrols that happen at the hunter's camp, so maybe I'd like to think I know a thing or two about it. I'll figure something out.
And if you do go around, you have a list of suggestions. Write them down and I will see if I can get them to the attention of the kings and queen tonight. Assuming that you are not inclined to join us for dinner. It'll probably be a feast.
He makes a twisted face and just kind of goes, "I don't know if I want to pass or not. On the one hand, it's free food. On the other hand, I have to be around socializing."
Yes, it is a conundrum. Let me know what you decide. I'm not going to say no to anybody if I'm being dragged up there. The rest of you can be dragged up there too. But I'm not going to force any of you either.
He nods. All right. How many people do you think you can sneak in?
It depends on how fast the tailors work. I'm assuming she could probably get at least 3 others.
Oh yeah,
At
you
least.
can get at least like 3 or 4 other people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's assuming you can't find anything to like buy either. So you guys can head back to the lab with your gear in tow. And you can start working on the arm. If you'd like to roll me a crafting check for your arm attempt.
Can I argue for a circumstance bonus? Because I have both a lab and a whole bunch of shit to work with right now.
Sure. I'll give you a +2.
A...
I think that's fine. There you go. 24. You are working hard at this prosthetic. You're having to build this sort of from scratch, and there's no electronics or anything, or like magic powered energy or like anything supernatural you can do with it quite yet. Because you're just kind of building the form. And this is like, I imagine this is probably mostly untread territory for Willow. Maybe not completely, because maybe she's had hunters who are missing body parts who she's made like prosthetic limbs for, but like in less overtly functional ways, more like just temporary replacements, like picking.
Imagine she has like made like just like the wooden arm or the wooden leg or something with like a semi-comfortable attachment. But I would say she has made 1 or 2 semi-functional fingers. It feels like something she would have tinkered with. Enough functional enough to like squeeze a trigger or hold a knife or something.
Yeah, okay. I'm okay with that. That makes sense. So like you're kind of breaking new ground with this, at least in a personal aspect. So it's really like, it's time consuming, but you are making headway with it. While this is happening, flashing back, it's still like 11 a.m. Who will go next? I'm gonna roll another d20 between the other aristocrat talk and the
Nuns.
Exorcism talk. The nuns. Well, that's kind of a waste of a nat 1 too. So it's the nuns. Anissa. I think it's just Anissa here, right? It's Anissa and NPCs.
Anissa and Abigail, I think.
Anissa and Abigail and Vincent.
Oh yeah. Vinny boy.
Anissa, are you there?
Here, present.
Okay. So, when you go to the convent, you are doing a combination of research and inquiry about exorcisms to see if there's any sort of exorcism ritual that you can attempt to alleviate Aang's symptoms, I'll call them. So I will need from you some rolls here. Let me see. I need to look at a skill list again. I forget the skills all the time. I will need society, religion. Actually, no, not society. So religion, occultism, or arcana, I would accept for your role here.
Well, I'm going to tell you, only one of those is about to happen. Okay, wait. How do I... Okay, I think this... Oh my god.
Holy shit-a-moly.
Oh my
Okay. Yeah, no fucking way that you got so much shit out of this. Okay. So
Good job,
you need to
Anissa.
accrue. This is I'm using the research rules out of the GM core. So you're gonna need to accrue a certain number of points to get to like a level of information. I will count this as 3 points because it was your first roll. And at every threshold of 5, so 5, 10, 15, 20, etc., every threshold of 5, you will break ground and know something new. And it will take, the more you do it, the longer you spend researching, the more time that passes. It's basically like however much time you want to sink and research is however much you're going to get out of it, really. But you're starting off on a strong foot. A lot of the research you're turning up in the like library / archives section of the convent is largely old school Christian doctrine. It talks about typical things that happen with possession, like loss of bodily control, obviously. Like loss of memory, like it went during the possession, like memory kind of tunes out. A lot of the other sorts of like solutions and things to do are oriented towards like reading religious passages, baptizing, etc. And it's mostly information that you could have assumed so far, but you are making headway. Go ahead and make me 2 more religion checks.
Okay, 1 second.
That's good. That's good.
Should she be getting some help stuff for Abigail and Vincent?
You know, you're right. You should be. I will give you a retroactive +2. So a 21 and a 26. 30 does not change the 28. The 28 is as good as it's going to get with the nat 20. But 21 and a 26. Thank you for the reminder. So on a 21, you are steadily piecing together the specific passages that come up during exorcism rites. It's usually a litany of the same sort of passages that are used pretty routinely. All of this is still geared towards Christian theology. Like, there's not much in the way of how this applies to Fey creatures, if it applies to Fey creatures. And there's a part of your brain that's like, oh man, like, do the same rules apply? Is it totally different? And ultimately, you assume it's going to be like something, it has to be different. It's just, in what way is it going to be different? Is it going to be like the type of like passages you are reading, or is it going to be in the type of like substance and materials used? Like, are you going to still use holy water, or are you going to use like iron flakes, or are you going to use like flower petals? Like, what type of component are you going to use in this ritual? And at this point now, you're starting to cross-reference on a 24 like other tomes of more fantastical natures, and you're trying to synthesize this new knowledge into something that probably has never been recorded or attempted as of yet. You are really like stretching the like kind of stretching your brain on this, but it seems to be flowing naturally. As you are researching, uh, like Vincent and Abigail helping you along are just kind of starting to get fatigued. It's probably been about an hour to an hour and a half of like good research. Um, after this amount of time, Madame Sonia will waltz in and say, oh shit, I forgot the voice I did for her. Whatever. She waltzes in and says, "Hello, how are you all today? What are you up to in here?"
Anissa will give a little curtsy. Hello, Mother. We are searching for some information. Perhaps you can be of assistance.
I would love to help. What kind of information are you looking for?
She looks over at the other two and kind of looks a little uncomfortable. We're needing some information on an exorcism of sorts.
An exorcism? Whatever for? Are you... She looks concerned for a second.
She shakes her head very simply. It appears a companion has gotten involved with Fae.
I see. I must confess, I don't know anything personally that would, at least, I don't think would work for a typical Fae. All of our most common occurrences have been for humans under the light of the Lord. This is unusual territory. Vincent tips his hat and leans back in his chair and just goes, "You're telling me."
Perhaps you could point us in the right direction?
She puts her hands on her hips and looks at the bookshelf, or looks at one of the bookshelves, and just kind of scrunches her face in thought. And she'll snap her fingers and go, "I have an idea. Wait here." And she'll hustle out of the room. And after a minute or two, she will return, and she has a very ornate looking red book with gold filigree on it. And she will set it down in front of you. And as she flips it open, you can see that it is a book of classic fairy tales, like Grimm's fairy tales. Now, I know this might seem silly, but if anyone or anywhere has information on how to help a fey creature, I think solutions might be found in this book.
I think Anissa looks skeptical, but will accept the book nonetheless. I think she'll beckon Abigail over to read alongside her.
Abigail dutifully gets up to sit beside you.
Starts peering over the pages.
Madame Sonia will lean back and clasp her hands together and say, I'll keep my eyes peeled for anything else that might be useful, but I will leave you all to your research. I'll see if I
Thank
can't
you,
find
Mother.
someone else who might be willing to lend a hand as well. And she will take her leave. As she leaves, another couple minutes go by, and after looking through the Grimm's Fairy Tales book and kind of absorbing some of the classic fairy tale stories, there are things that kind of stand out, that some of which you knew, and some of which you didn't. There are things like oak trees having like repellent properties and protective properties for Fey influence. There are obviously things like iron flakes to repel Fey. There are other types of like tidbits here and there that detail out things to cure unnatural ailments or to like suppress strange symptoms or to just any sort of like unusual affliction that you're starting to hear about. You're starting to get pieces together with it. With what you have right now, you have enough research to know that there might be a ritual that exists, but you're not sure yet. You have not found it. But at the very least, you know that, you know that there might be a ritual. You have not found exactly it yet. But if you don't find one, if it turns out there isn't a ritual, you will have to make up a ritual because of this unusual situation. Which above table I would rule as if you want to come up with a clever in universe like actual ritual, I'm totally down with that. But if not, I will come up with one.
Okay. I'll let you come up with one.
Okay. Each religion check takes about 20 or 30 minutes in game. So if you want to roll me some more, knowing that like each one is going to take about that long, you can tell me how long you want to study for, or you can study and see how it goes as time goes on.
Did we as a group like suggest a time to be back, like before nightfall, or like was there any discussion before everyone set out?
There probably would have been, of generally just the like idea of get back in the evening and like report, and if you need to go back to wherever you are, then we can make sure everybody's in appropriate groups and such, because nobody is allowed to be by themselves right now except for potentially Aang, because Aang is just hanging out on rooftops.
So then with that in mind, I mean, she's going to push it like up until they're going to have to like hurry out of here to get back.
Okay, perfect. So you can go ahead and give me another religion check.
Okay.
That is +2 for a 19. So that is 1, 2, 3, 6. And it will be 11 to 12 to 1 p.m. Go ahead and give me 2 at a time now. So 2 religion checks, and we'll go hour by hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now it is 2 o'clock. Give me 2 more.
Okay.
Ooh. At least you can't really go negative.
Yeah.
2, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. So you hit another threshold. At this point, you are starting to get closer to this idea of like, okay, the ritual that you're looking for it's not going to be a Christian ritual, because what you're facing, unless it is actually a demon, unless it is actually a demonic or devilish possession, you won't be able to get anywhere with a ritual solely based around God. However, you have been able to put together that significant things relevant to the person you're trying to exercise, like emotionally relevant things, connect with that person and are good as like components to the ritual. So because Aang, I don't know if this actually knows this. I'm going to assume that Anissa knows this. I don't know if it's actually true, but because Aang is so devout, you can actually use that in the ritual, though the ritual itself will not be completely centered around like God and divinity. So much as it will be like that will be a component to it. So it is, hold on, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 3. Go ahead and make me another 2 checks. You have so much time to burn.
So, question. So I want, and I don't know about this, but I'm hoping I can try is to use, I guess, the religion research tactics or strategies, but using it to aid Abigail in like doing an occultism or like doing like some non-religious look at the Grimm book.
Okay.
So I don't
Vincent
know,
might
like,
also be a good one to target that at.
so maybe both of them, like how could I go about that mechanically? So it's less about Anissa leading it, but more like helping them research.
Yeah. So I will say, let me look at their particular bonuses. That is 4, and where's Vincent at? Vincent is also at 4. So both of them are equally as adept at arcana and occultism. I will say that you can help both of them. I won't make you roll for it, because I think it would just be easier to let you, like, as an assisting them. It would give them a +2 because you have lots of time to do it.
Well, so I do have cooperative nature, so I gain a +4 circumstance bonus on checks to aid. So
Ooh, okay,
I'd be okay
yeah.
rolling it. But I don't
So
know, so do I roll the skill or?
Yes. So I will let you roll to aid, and your aid bonus will either be +2 or +4 to them, because you're like sitting down and helping them research rather than the normal +1 +2.
Okay.
So what lores do you have is my question.
I only have one lore, and it is Dreamlands.
Dreamlands. Huh. So I will. So you can roll me. If you roll me occultism, and you have the +4 to aid another, that will count as your aid attempt for them, and I will roll their lore at a bonus equal to whatever your aid attempt is. So you
And do I
roll
roll
occultism +4.
1 or 2?
2 at a time, yeah.
Okay, so I'll do 2 occultism rolls.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not going to add the +4 because this box is intimidating me, but so
That's
this is
fine.
without the 4.
So
And
22.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna
Hero point.
use my nat 20 card
Oh, a nat 20? Okay.
with the card that then goes to you.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Hey.
We love to see it.
I think I also got it from you, so it's just gonna go back.
Perfect. Okay, so if you, on a first one, that's going to be a +2, so I will roll that. That's really good from them. So that is a 21 occultism, and then you crit, so that is going to be. I'll bump it up with another one, so we'll make it a higher bonus. A 6. That roll was not as good, but that's okay. So they are getting so with their research, their occult angle into this, they are getting like very clear like Fae influence. They're learning more about like what Fae and what non-standard, non-human creatures are repelled by and attracted towards. In particular, one thing is like the personal affectations of a creature and the personal antithesis of a creature plays a lot into any Fey ritual. Like if a creature is repelled by some particular odor or some particular food or some particular object, like if they are disgusted by their appearance and they can't look in a mirror, then a mirror would make a great expulsionary item to add to the ritual. So knowing what you're trying to expel and knowing what they distaste is a huge boon in figuring out like what you can do and how you can organize like different components. Make me 2 more rolls.
Okay, occultism.
Occultism, yes.
Well, Cody is rolling that. Joe, you now have 2 cards.
Yes.
You must decide
I
which
do?
card you would like.
Oh fuck.
You have a Nat 20 or Divine Intervention card.
Divine Intervention, which does wait.
It lets
What's the Divine
you
Intervention?
can ask for knowledge from the DM.
I will give the Divine Intervention knowledge card to, and I can give it to anyone.
Zell was the only one that's available.
Zell. Okay, Zell, you get the Divine Intervention of knowledge. Intervent.
Oh my goodness.
And then
Thank you.
Joe acquires the Nat 20 card.
Yes. So
Amy,
that is
update
a
the thing.
Heard. Sorry.
15. So that's, I'll do that one. And
Wait, which ones?
Divine Intervention goes to Zell. Nat 20
Okay.
goes to Joe.
Okay.
okay. So let me count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's been 6. Oops. Not days. Hours. So it's been 6 hours. It's like 5 o'clock in the evening. This has turned into like a college dorm cram session where like Madam Sonia has brought you food and drinks, and like you've had to get up and do stretches and walk around the room, and there's been a lot of like casual chit chat and having moments where you're like, man, I'd like to go outside and enjoy the outdoors today, but I have to do research about this thing. And like, it has that vibe to it, with the amount of time you sunk into it. What you have learned is that there likely is no there is no ritual to find. If there is, it is so esoteric, the knowledge is not going to be in this library. However, you have gotten enough building blocks that you could attempt one. You don't know if it will work, but you know that it would do something, potentially suppress the creature, potentially agitate it, and maybe force it out. It's unknown exactly if it will work, but ideally it would suppress a creature at the very least, and get it under control. So the way that the rituals are typically lined up is that you will go with either 5 or 7 or 13 items, and it will be half or not equal parts because they're odd numbers, but like either slightly more than half of items that are preferential to the creature you're trying to save, and then the other remainder will be items that are antithetical to the creature you're trying to repel. So for like 13, you have 7 items that the creature likes and 6 items that the other creature hates. And it's any one of those is valid. It's just a matter of how many items you can find that work and have an emotional connection to each creature involved. The other thing is more items is better. It gives you a better opportunity to repel the creature. It magnifies the effect.
Okay. And is having like having items on both sides is better than like leaning one way or the other?
Yes, having a good near 50-50 split is better, but if you can't do that, then the alternative will work.
Okay.
So now you can keep researching if you want, but you have enough now that you could start to go. You could go feasibly go to Aang and be like, we need to get like 7 things that you absolutely love.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think with it being so late, Anissa would want to push it like just 1 more hour just to see if there's anything else to uncover.
Okay.
And I think she would try to help Abigail one more time and then like quickly try to recall something from her doctrine that would help kind of like tie everything together.
Okay. So you give me 1 occultism and then 1 religion.
Oof.
Oof.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Religion is strong with this one. Okay. And then so many dice rolling. So, with 1 more hour, it's 6 o'clock. With 1 more hour, Anissa, you are able to piece together, like between you and Abigail bouncing back and forth. Abigail is kind of like burnt out. Her brain is fried. She has read so much and is trying to synthesize it into something tangible. And she is like going back and forth with her. You are able to glean that one thing that is kind of like a general purpose works in anything sort of ritual is in fact a mirror, because a mirror affirms a mirror is like very tied to the nature of souls and who is in the body of the person reflected in the mirror. So mirrors are a good general use. If you can't think of anything else, stick a mirror in it, kind of thing. And for religion, your religion check, the last little bit is that in theory, if you have a 50-50 split, or rather, if you have a 50-50 or a like slightly more than 50-50 split, you know what I mean, like 6 to 7, whatever.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
have that halfway point, you could, in a sort of like unusual twist here, you could invoke your own religion, invoke your own deity to in fact influence the ritual. As an outside force, your desires and your implicit investment in separating the two creatures does play a factor into it. And that can lend itself to a little bit of a boost in like working through the ritual. These rituals, however, take a lot of time to set up and put together. It's going to take several hours to, let alone like to find everything that you need. Like the process of exorcism is not quick. It is like an agonizing, slow separation. It is like peeling, you know, when you peel the sticker off of a thing you just bought and you don't want any of the sticker to rip. It's that. You just need to very carefully separate the two such that you don't leave any creature residue behind and you don't damage the souls in either the possessee or the possessor. So this process is going to be long. It is going to be an agonizingly long process, but you have the pieces now.
Would this be like so from the religious common knowledge in a standard exorcism? Is it just like remove it and it's done, or does the removal like does it need to go somewhere or?
Good. I'm glad you pointed that out. That is a relevant part that I totally forgot about. You can have a hero point.
Yay.
So, yes, the creature that you exorcise, when you exorcise it, if there is nowhere for it to go, it will be free. It will just be separated and it will be a free spirit. If you want to put it somewhere, you will have to find some vessel to contain it. And as of right now, you have not done enough research to know what constitutes a perfect vessel.
Okay.
But it's 6 p.m. If you want to research more, you can, but also it's almost dinner time.
Yeah, no, I think she's content in what they've gained. I think she would put her hand on Abigail's shoulder, and before heading out, just say, when we save her, it'll be thanks to you.
Abigail looks surprised and just goes, I feel like it would be more from you, but
I couldn't have done it without you.
She blushes a little bit and will say, thank you. Thank you for helping. I know you don't know her well, but she means a lot to me and to the others.
She'll give her a silent nod and beckon for the two of them to head out.
Okay. You guys head out. Now, we go to the next crew for the next couple scenes. I'm going to roll again. And before I reveal the results of this roll, I'm going to pee. I'll be right back.
Yep, that makes sense.
I don't really like the idea of Dee Dee being in a Dybbuk box.
In a what?
Dybbuk box. Oh, Cody. Cody! my sibling in horror. Do you not know what the Dybbuk box is?
I do now.
That's like one of the most classic American like horror stories.
Interesting.
There's been movies about it.
Hellraiser?
No,
Different box.
different box. It's like I would put it up there roughly in like within American supernaturalism, like up there with Annabelle.
What?
The Dybbuk box.
Oh yeah, the Dybbuk box.
Mm-hmm.
The one that
never
cursed
seen
Zach,
it.
whatever the fuck that guy's name is, Zach Wild?
Zach Bagans.
Bagans, right? Zach Wild's a guitarist.
Fuck that guy.
Didn't Post Malone buy it?
I think so. He bought something from Zach.
Oh, Post Malone visited the Dybbuk box.
Yeah. Somebody of Post Malone may have been cursed by the Dybbuk box after Bagans touched it. Malone touched Bagans' shoulders, and following the visit, Post Malone experienced a series of misfortunes, including a private jet emergency landing, a car crash, and a home burglary, all in a short period.
I'm gonna have to watch The Possession now.
I love that the party is going to have to either talk Aang into doing this ritual or drop it on her unawares. I'm curious to see which way it will go.
So we'll try the
Well-
talking first, but if the talking doesn't work, then the bag comes out.
Well, speaking of Aang, I rolled high, so it's Aang and Hylas on the roof.
You rolled high because they're tall, right?
Sure.
And they're up high.
And they're up high, yeah, that's true.
It's a twofer.
Works
So
out very well.
on the roof of the Night's Inn, overlooking the little market area where the conversation is quieter and the bustle of the city is dimmer, you sit. It is a very beautiful day. The sun is shining. There's a few clouds in the sky that pepper the ground with shadows, and the wind is just gently breezing. It's very nice out. And you sit alone up until Hylas clambers onto the roof behind you. And I will throw it to you guys.
Well, is Zell here? Zell, are you here? Zell, right now?
Oh, fuck.
Hi!
Zell's
Yeah.
still here being.
Big
Yeah.
brain!
We haven't heard from Zell
Shit.
since Cat Scream.
Well, shit. Okay. Then we're gonna come back to Zell and
Charlie's
here on
also
the roof.
okay.
Charlie! Zell!
See, the benefit is that there is a Kira that can yell at a Charlie.
Okay, hold on, let me go get...
Tell them to hurry up.
I'm waiting for the Charlie!
See, it's very polite of her to get up and go tell her. Because if it was like somebody else in my apartment, I'd just pick up a shoe and throw it. That would get attention.
Uh,
Here we go.
well, Charlie does not want to start a scene at present. They said that Paige can start.
Because what?
They said that Paige can start, that they are preoccupied. And when I was
Okay.
like, I came up and I was like, it's Charlie, are you busy? They're like, bitch, it's not my turn. And I was like, about that. And they said, bitch. So I don't think there's any wiggle room on this one.
Well,
How we doing tonight?
we were rolling pretty good. I thought we were making pretty good
I mean,
momentum.
the snack break, I guess.
Snack break.
You know that it always takes like a good 15 minutes for the snack break period. Even if we say
Yeah.
5, it's 15. Oh no. That's sad.
What?
What's up?
Lady that I really liked on a TV show is not returning next season.
Aw, that's a shame.
Which, if you're wanting a drama of some sort, the Pit on HBO.
Oh yeah.
So good. It's so good.
Well, Charlie's here now.
There's a Charles. Do we have an Amy?
Oh, hey, I've been here.
Oh, hello. You sound positively out of it.
Oh, sorry, I got my ass absolutely handed to me today at work.
Oh.
Yeah. Put into perspective. Slightly short-staffed today, and between the hours of 12 p.m. and 1 p.m., as in the hour, we made 1,400 in sales, and I was on dine line, so,
Oh.
yeah. I got my ass handed back to me on a fucking plastic salad bowl. So I'm just tired. But I'm here. I'm chilling. I am deploying Paige to assist Michonne on his mission.
Michonne, are you back? I saw you say hi.
I am back.
Hello.
Is it your turn now?
Maybe.
Okay. So, we'll pick up with Michonne and Paige, and actually, Pierre's with Tesla, I think.
Mm-hmm. Pierre's been given the task of making sure Tesla eats.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So let me find some appropriate music. We need some like.
You know the one.
I can't play Well, is it copyright?
We can't play banjo
No.
for everything, Charles.
I'm not
Yeah, we
playing the
can.
mouth harp. I'm not playing the mouth harp. It's not appropriate for the scene.
Coward.
Shut up. Man, I don't know what track to play. Hold on, give me a sec here. Let's do.
See, he was all mad that we weren't starting a scene. He could have been looking at music.
The problem is I can't like sample it. I can just read the name, and I'm like, is that close to the vibe? I don't know. Maybe.
You need to go through all your shit and like start putting it in new playlists for vibes.
Do this one. Okay, so I don't have a backdrop for this, which is sad. But Paige and Michonne, you guys head to the only aristocrat you know of in the city, who is Lucius Blackwater, who typically frequents what is it? The Domains Community Theater in Lower Murcott. It's like a haunt of his. Sorry, I just had a heart attack because the cat scratched something and it sounded like someone was knocking on the door. Oh, it scared the shit out of me.
Oh no.
Okay. Sorry, it's okay. There's no one at the door. It's my cat just scratching on a box. Anyway, so you go to Domains Community Theater. At this time of day, it is pretty much dead. There's not really much going on at 11 a.m. on a theater day when there's not a performance happening later that night. And as you enter, you see that in the stands, right where he's kind of always at, on the right side of the theater, about halfway up the aisle, he is reading a book, is Lucius Blackwater, the aristocrat you know of. What do you do?
I think Michonne will turn the page.
Mhm.
Your performances here. Did you do well with them?
Before I have Paige react, Mr. God, did I?
Huh? I mean, yeah. I think you probably anywhere from like good to great.
Hurt. Paige, it's just a slight, like, probably a genuine question, but slight, like, dig at her pride. Yes, I think so.
Sigh of relief. Good. Mine was trash, so...
What happened?
We can talk about that later. Just... rush job is what it comes down to.
It's like a wince of like, oh, I've been there. As you can feel a pat on the arm. Very, very sympathetic.
But I did talk up my game, so... I could really use your help here.
Okay, so what is the plan?
I'm sorry, what is the what?
Plan? What's the plan, man?
He looks at her for a moment, and it's obvious he does not have a plan.
Well, unfortunately, I wasn't here last session, so...
So,
Can I get, like... We're trying to, what,
So
get
you're trying
his
to
influence
let people
for the
know.
hunt? Okay.
Yeah, you're trying to let people know that the hunt is going to be happening. And you're trying to speak to influencers who aren't just the nobles, because the people who have problems with authority might not like it coming from the nobles, and it's important to try and cover as many bases as you can. It's also because maybe Blackwater knows people who the nobility would not know as a function of working with artists. So the Wild Hunt is coming in about 2 weeks, tops, and people need to not fucking be here.
Or if they're
I
going to
believe
be
that's it.
here, then they need to get their shit together and know that they're probably going to die.
Okay.
I will say, I thought you were talking to Lucius for the fact that it's like he is a rich, like he's an aristocrat with a lot of social influence. He might be able to pressure multiple types of people, both like in his social circle and outside of his social circle.
That too.
So like not he's,
What did I
yeah.
just say?
Did you? I thought you said that you were trying to influence not the right or not the
I said he was an
aristocrats.
influential aristocrat too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank
Go
you
on,
both
go
for
on,
your
though.
explanations. Sorry, I've been in podcast mode, so I've just been chilling.
Well,
Okay.
you don't get to do that anymore. We
I
need our
don't.
charisma character.
Right? Same. So Misha just looks at her just like, you don't have a I don't have a plan face. Is that the vibe, Charlie, if I remember correctly?
Very much. Willow told me to do this. Were it up to me, we would be out of the city.
The pat on like the sympathetic pats on like the forearm area, because like he's tall, right?
No.
No? How tall?
5'8".
He's
short
tall. He's fucking. What the fuck do you mean? That's short.
He's
Anyway.
short for a dude.
Okay. Doubt, but still, whatever. Anyway, so the pats on the forearm are just slowly get slower and slower until she just grips his forearm and just kind of grabs it, and there's like the slight pressure of like realization. You know, she's not like trying to hurt him, but like the what? Like, hold on. It's like, wait, so you just want. Okay, so we just make one now. It's just it's easy. Yeah, it's just not whatever. Just okay. So we want him to like us. Yes. Have you met him before?
Briefly. Was to ask about the ballet, and like I said, I really talked myself up, and he'll roll his eyes at that.
And did he see the performance?
I'm gonna say yes. I think I remember him being there.
Yes, you for the performance at night. Yeah.
Damn. If he didn't, we could just lie.
And just so that
Thank you for the meme.
you are also clear, Amy, it is a large part of this is not necessarily that, you know, Michonne beefed it on stage. It is Michonne having exceptionally high standards for what was a good performance for this theater, but a bad performance to Michonne.
It's very much a pride thing, yes.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Paige feels the exact same way about performance, so it's like, okay, understood. If she dropped a single card and no one even noticed, she'd be beating herself up about it, kind of thing. So she just okay. We gotta talk to this guy. Is he alone? Oh, sorry, good.
Michonne will extend his elbow for Paige. And
She'll
as
take
he's
it.
starting to walk her to Lucius, under his breath he'll say, and I can't even blame the bastard.
Why not? You can always do that.
It was all me. Of all the times he could have taken over.
What?
You weren't awake for that.
What?
He'll give her hand a pat. I have a lot to catch you up on.
Okay, over wine, I think we're going to need it. When we be drinking to hear this, but have a smile on her face as she takes his arm. Just pat, like, okay, there's a lot of shit I don't know about. Is he leading them towards the guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess we're just gonna fucking wing it. Uh,
Okay. As you approach Lucius, he sits there with his little book. And once you get close enough, he recognizes that you're here, and he'll snap it shut with a little thunk, and then turn and say,
Oh, yes, I remember you. You were at the performance, if I recall. Rehearsing? How can I help you, boy?
both. Not boy. How can I help you both?
Did you want to have Michonne take point here, or is pride too bruised?
Hold while I look at his sheet.
Okay.
He can take point, but I'm gonna say he would be mid at it.
Okay. I can try. Number-wise, I think pretty good. It's the brain that's failing me.
At the very least, Winshawn will nod to Lucius's question. Yes, I only there for one rehearsal, but I think that showed clearly in my performance.
He smiles kind of wryly and goes,
I see it wounded your pride, young man.
It was not that of a principal dancer.
Oh, that's nonsense. I'm sure of that. Most of the people in the audience would be able to tell of your skill, not from one bad performance. Don't let your head hang over it. But you didn't come here simply to talk about a performance that you did a few days ago. What did you come here for? There's not a performance going on tonight, and there's no rehearsal.
he gestures to the room.
Michonne at this point will give Paige his arm a squeeze.
She lifts up a little hand, like a little shy little, like, hello. It's like, sorry to interrupt you. But we did want to speak to you if you had any time for us.
Of course, I have nothing but time, as you can see.
And he gestures to the empty room.
Come here to calm down and enjoy my peace and quiet. I don't mind a little bit of polite conversation every now and then.
Nods and just step forward. It's like, okay. Conversation bubble, length of space. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Little squeeze of the arm. A little, all right. We gotta fucking lock in. It's like, do you always spend your free time with here?
Wait, what did you say?
Do you always spend your free time here?
He scratches his chin and kind of strokes his beard and goes,
I spend a lot of my time here, yes. I enjoy the theater and I enjoy the quiet. I'm not a very active man aside from my enjoying of the theater. I'm a bit too old to be all about like I used to be.
She nods. It is beautiful. I don't think I've seen one this nice before.
It is a lovely place. I do think it is better than the one in Upper Murcott. All the money in the world can't buy talent.
Big smile. Yes, I have noticed that there are just so many talented people that perform here.
There are, despite the performance that went on a few nights ago. It was one of very few bad performances. I shouldn't even say bad, I should really say subpar. Most performances are quite beautiful.
There
Tightening
is
the
another
grip.
situation.
Yeah. It's gonna tighten the hold on Michonne a little bit. It's like, fuck, hang in there, buddy.
He tenses up and This-
Target. No, good.
this place means a lot to you, obviously, and I'm sure you would hate to see it damaged in any way.
His face gets a little serious and concerned.
Well, I guess I would say so. Do you have cause to believe it might be damaged in some way? Do you know something I don't?
Paige turns to look at Michonne and does he seem to be like, I don't know, anxious? Is the bruised pride getting to him at all?
Absolutely.
His-
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking
Mr.
about. I thought you were talking about. It got my bad.
DM,
Yes.
may I, squeezing hold on Michonne, cast a little soothe?
Sure. I will let you soothe Michonne.
Calm the boy down. Boosting mental defenses, healing wounds, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just as like a warm wave of just peace kind of smothers the anxiety a little bit. It's there, but it's buried. It's fine.
Mhm.
It's under a big blanket. It doesn't exist anymore.
Actually, roll me a deception check to do your little secret surreptitious spell.
Oh no. Deception. Wait, that's not what I fucking click. That's what I click. Do I get any potential thingies added or no?
No, because you're kind of doing it very close to him. So anything you would have by subtlety is outdone by the fact that you're like right next to him.
Okay. $17?
Okay. Let me roll something.
If y'all think that's too low, I've got the hero points. I don't like the question mark.
What's Paige's perception bonus?
Fuck. Where the fuck? Oh, to the left, right? 8.
Mm-hmm. 8? Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. You soothe. You don't notice anything.
You're right. She doesn't notice anything, so she's just going to continue what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And a gentle pat on the arm. Because it's like, all right, buddy. Time to lock in now. Great segue. And she has a worried face on as she looks up at Michonne before turning back to the guy. It's like, maybe the highest some things it's very it gives a lot of worries.
It gives what?
A lot of the worries.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
no. He simply nods and just goes,
I imagine any of us would be worried in that position.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And she gestures towards the, I assume, empty theater?
Yeah.
Okay. And, yeah, she gestures towards the empty theater around them. It's like, well, I think there is something, that will be, hold on. Thinks for a second. How the fuck do I phrase this? Why do I have to be the one to say this? I'm gonna sound fucking insane. I heard that there are going to be some, invaders soon that are making their way here. And just, what if something happens to all of the people that perform here? And how do we tell everyone that it could be dangerous to be here?
My word. You seem positively concerned about all of this. Well, where is this coming from? What invasion?
Things like the Fae are, like, known, right? Like,
Yeah. Faye and everything are
widely known.
very well known. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Would something like the hunt be something that's, like, something people would be familiar with?
The Wild Hunt? No.
Yeah,
that
the
is
Wild
a
Hunt.
Case
No?
by case.
Okay. But she gives Michonne's arm, like, a little hug of, like, as if this topic is scary. As, she continues on. I think that it is going to be, Fae creatures that are going to be coming here soon, in a week or two. So, I don't know what to do. How do we tell everyone?
He blinks and shakes his head.
I'm afraid I don't understand your meaning. You mean to tell me there are going to be Fae who invade the town?
And she nods. She looks very, very scared. Very concerned. This is serious.
And what, pray tell, did you hear to make you believe such thing?
Group, do we have a source that we can cite that won't lead to bad things?
I think your source is just Aang, so you have to
Well-
figure out how to work on that.
Heard.
We do travel with hunters.
Aha!
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Michonne, you want to chime in at any point, buddy? You okay?
I think the only hunter he would know is Maddie, but
Also, he's also met Hawk.
And now
I
Vincent
guess that's
and
true.
Malik. But she will kind of tilt her head a little bit. It's like, well, we traveled with some of the hunters. The ones who know the area very well and who have experienced, encounters with these creatures before. Like, experts.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
Okay. Shit, I keep hitting the wrong fucking button. Okay.
20.
I rolled an 8.
He looks incredulous. He kind of squints his eyes and just goes,
If that were true, why would you be telling me? I'm simply an old man who likes his theater.
Gee. I don't know why I imagine there's like a table.
there is no table.
Alright, there's a row of seats. Just put your hands down on them, not like slamming, but holding for emphasis. Like, but that is exactly why we wanted to talk to you. You care so much about this theater and all of the peoples around it. And, well, you really care for the people, so you would know how to reach out to them, how to let them know about the danger, because we don't want anything to happen to them. So you seem to be the best person.
He still looks incredulous and just goes,
So you want me to tell a bunch of people, no one in specific, just people in general, that they are coming?
And that they need to leave and listen to all of the warnings that would probably be coming soon.
Well, if there are warnings that come down from the kings and queen, I'll be sure to heed them.
We are here because this is a community theater.
Yes, it
Every day
is.
I've been here, you've been here as well.
he smiled, but kind of in a... Roll me a perception check, Miss Shone. 11. He smiles, but his smile falters.
What a coincidence, I guess. I suppose I've been here more this week than other weeks.
I am hoping that you would reach out to others in this community in a way I couldn't reach out to you with my performance. There are lives at stake.
He looks at you very seriously, looks at you both, and he kind of waves his book for a second, just goes,
Okay. If you can prove to me that what you say is true, prove to me the veracity of your statement, then I will talk to the community manager here. Spread the word to those I can. But I will not put my reputation on the line simply because two strangers told me that a hunter told them that Fae are going to invade. You must understand my incredulity.
What sort of proof would you need? I'm afraid that if we wait for the Fae to get here, then we might die. So, could we get, I don't know, someone with more notoriety to talk about the subject?
That would certainly be something to consider. If you got someone possibly more in power, or someone with more power, someone maybe who's also an influential person, I would consider listening to them. I hope you take no offense.
Paige shakes her head. I just think it is a bit of an emergency, but I could see why you would want to be skeptical. So, no offense. As long as you keep the promise, yes?
I will keep my word. I am a man of my word. But, have we met before?
Wait, no, you guys have met. Haven't you?
Hmm.
Technically,
It was within
We
will-
a
have,
page.
yes.
Technically, yes.
Yes, he will. Sorry, I'll amend that statement. He'll say instead,
But, what were your names again? I believe I forgotten, if you'll pardon my forgetfulness.
I'll smile as Paige does a little curtsy. My name is Paige Cuvier. It is a pleasure to reintroduce myself.
Paige Cuvier, pleasure to meet you. I am Lucius Blackwater, if you may have forgotten my name.
So nod. Squeeze arm, Michonne.
Michonne will extend his hand. And you might remember me as Bellamy.
Ah, Bellamy. I do remember you.
and he'll reach out and shake your hand. His hand is cold. His hand is very cold.
Are we talking like old people cold or supernatural cold?
I mean, there's a fine line between those two things. Just it's noteworthy cold. But firm grip seems good. But he'll shake your hand and then let go.
You have both interrupted my reading and relaxation with some bizarre news.
And he smiles as he says this. Obviously not like angry.
I am so powerfully curious what you both are up to. If this is true, if there is danger on the way. I'm wondering if you came to me out of last resort, or because you bumped into me coincidentally, or maybe you think I truly can be the one to turn this ship around. Very interesting indeed, I think.
Well, I promise that we came here on purpose. We came to speak to you specifically, but I think we have taken up enough of your time.
He smiles and kind of waves a hand dismissively and just goes,
You can't waste my time. I'm old and I have nothing but time to give. It's no harm.
He's a smile. It's nothing but time and wisdom, right?
he smiles knowingly, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she turns to Michonne, a little like bow goodbye. And Michonne is like, any last words, Michonne? Not threatening.
We'll be back with someone more credible. Credible? Professor's help?
Influential.
Credible,
Well-
yeah.
Yeah, that works.
He'll smile and give you a nod and say,
I'll be here until the evening. Once dark falls down, I will probably be on my way home.
Mm-hmm. She nods.
He nods too. And turn on the hill.
Turn on the heel. Safe travels. Bye-bye.
He'll give you a polite wave, and then he'll turn and take one deep inhale and look at the theater. And then he'll sit back down in his chair and crack open his little book again.
Mm-hmm. As soon as the door closes and we break line of sight, oh my god!
Still with that calm smile on his face, Michonne will start leading Paige back to the Knight's Inn and just say, I've decided I hate that guy.
But he was so nice! And he was very sweet, even though he doesn't believe us, which is pretty shitty, but Miller likes that sometimes when they get
I know
old,
he
so...
doesn't believe us, but he called my performance bad.
Oh, right. I was too busy trying to just not seem like I was shaking. It wasn't bad.
It was bad.
Okay, maybe there was, a couple of mistakes here and there, but it is, a thing that happens. And no, you don't know the stage. It's... There, you tripped on... What, I don't know what happened.
I think he doesn't even address the performance itself beyond this point, and think would use the time to fill her in on Bastard Bellamy.
Okay.
Okay.
So what happened?
Oh, above table.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't have to actually role play it out if you just wanted info.
Yeah,
dump.
no, just like an info dump me real quick.
He sometimes will take over my mind. We don't know when. If he does, just leave him be.
Okay, you know what? Now that she has this information, they are going to set up a password so that she knows who she's talking to. Code words. If she asks a question, if you give the wrong answer, then she'll know it's that bastard. Does that sound amenable to you, Charles? Also, she will join. She will 100% like, oh my god, that guy. How dare he? It wasn't your fault. I told you. Yeah, that's it. Probably stop for a snacky on the way back.
Okay. Snacky in tow. You return to the Knight's Inn a little early, but you still have time if you wanted to try and do anything else with the day. I will let you both stew on that, and we'll flash to the rooftop now that we have a Zell.
Okay.
We do have a Zell, right? Oh, we do have a Zell.
We have Zell.
Zell. Okay.
Zell's back from outer space.
You ready to come on stage, partner?
About as ready as Zell ever be. Partner.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw on the verge of tears.
Yeehaw.
So, I think when Hylas goes up and clambers onto the roof, he may have even heard this while he was, I think, in the rooms below. There's the tinkling of, well, I guess Hylas wouldn't know what a fucking kalimba is.
I think he might hear it and be like, there's music.
Yeah.
I think even if he saw a kalimba, he wouldn't be able to look at it and go, oh, kalimba.
I know all about this kind of obscure instrument. Yeah, well, you hear
it? A music box or something.
You hear a kalimba, and it seems to play for about a minute, and then it'll stop. And every time that it stops, you actually, how attentive is Hylas to music?
Not very. I think I think he's more attentive to like the person who's playing the music. But he personally like doesn't. I don't think he gets music. He's like canonically tone deaf.
Oh yeah, he's tone deaf, right? Oh man. Well, Hylas, you don't notice anything about what Egg plays before she stops. But Zell, the player, may be interested to know that she
They
will
are.
always will be interested to know that it's the first few notes in the melody of the Earl King. So Aang will start up in a completely different song, and as soon as she hits that ba-da-da-da-da-dum, she'll stop and try again. And there's always like a minute-long break before she stops and tries again.
So, I guess it sounds like she's starting and stopping just the first few notes of a song.
Well, she's like doing other stuff. So it's like she plays like the verse of a song. But before she goes into the chorus, she always stops because the chorus always starts the same way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think Hylas notices anything weird about that. I think before he hops up onto the roof, he's gonna want to listen for the player that. Oh my God, Bearback.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well, I'll listen to the Earl King again.
Dun, diddly diddly dun dun dun.
It's just a banger.
It is a
Okay,
banger.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
He's gonna want to listen for the player, for of the music. He's Aang like dead silent as she's playing this.
Yeah, she's very quiet aside from the playing. Like Aang is always kind of freakishly quiet, and that's also true here. So you wouldn't hear much except that's coming from the group. And if you're coming up onto the roof, you would see her staring at the thing in deep concentration. You might also notice, as Charlie has pointed out, that it's a little spicy on the fingers.
Right. I think he might notice that as he gets closer. Like our Aang's fingers like twitching as she, I don't know, takes. I guess feels the burn.
I think he might even catch her like looking at the fingers, trying to judge whether or not it's worth it to try and keep playing. And they're like red on the pads of the fingers.
Okay. So I think he has like climbed onto the roof. I'm willing to bet he's pretty like sturdy up there. He has some feats for climbing onto things. So he sort of like silently walks over. I don't think he's trying to be sneaky. Just kind of like perfect line of view for Aang as he takes a seat kind of a respectable distance away, but still pretty close. And he sort of has that like sad puppy dog eyes looking at her as she. Oh my God, can you hear people yelling in the background? I'm sorry.
You're good.
That's fine.
I can't hear it.
Okay. He's looking at her, playing, sort of with these sad puppy dog eyes. He doesn't want to interrupt her, but he, I'm sorry, be right back.
Oh no, I feel bad.
Poor Zell.
Poor Zell.
I'm so sorry. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Do you need to call it for tonight? Because it seems like you're like, we don't want to stress you out by making you split your attention.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
What was I saying? Yeah, he doesn't want to interrupt her, but he watches her play, and I think the first thing he's going to notice, since music doesn't really register with him, is the discomfort on her fingers. And I think a flash of concern sort of grows on his face, and he opens his mouth to say something, and it sort of comes out as a croak at first, sort of a are you sure you? And he sort of shuts himself up. Not sure if that's really like his place to say anything.
And Aang turns to him and smiles, and it's a very soft, sympathetic kind of smile, because she understands that he doesn't quite know what to say, and she herself isn't entirely sure of what to say. But I think she is coming at it from a place of, I think, compassion for him. She tilts her head. Hylas, lovely music.
Music? Me?
Nod.
No? I mean, I don't think so. I don't... No. Doesn't that, He sort of, like, glances at your fingers, glances away. Looks like it hurts.
Aang looks at her fingers again, and it's not quite pain that you can see on her expression. It was just a kind of resignation. And then she looks back. 'Tis a small amount. Young Michonne hath, for me, purchased this instrument. I requested a piano before. And she looks out onto the city and then looks down. I requested to play one, and I can hardly turn down a gift so thoughtful.
He looks a little bit confused, averting eye contact at first. No, averting eye contact and just sort of looking out from, I guess, our vantage point here on the roof. And he says, is it really all that thoughtful if it hurts you?
I think Aang lets out one of those, like, not quite self-deprecating, but shy laughs. Oh, well, 'tis a blessing to be thought of at any rate.
He visibly looks like he doesn't know what to make of that. And if I understood what you meant or what you said, I guess, he's gonna respond with, it make you feel better if you were playing a piano, though. Yeah.
There's a moment. She doesn't answer him immediately. She looks down again at her fingers in the kalimba, and she'll run her fingers over the edge of the thing. I imagine there's at least some small amount of scroll work on it. Can I, with thee, share a secret?
He turns to you and his eyes kind of light up at that. A little bit unusual for him. He almost forgets to respond. And he stammers out yeah.
When I was young and newly made, I found myself in a convent. It was a place of great respite. And not long after my arrival, I soon learned that there were other things for which I had a passion in my heart. Music among them. Every day when the organ would play, my heart would leap, and I would find myself in the throes of an ecstasy unlike that which I often know. And as she says this, she'll kind of tap her fingers on the kalimba, the wooden part, as if she were playing an organ. Beside my delight, Hylas, I believe there is another reason that music hath always so comforted me. When I am playing, I cannot hear my hunger.
He is his gaze is transfixed on you. And I think hearing your description of your love for music, he sort of brings his fingertips to where he would presume his heart to be. It may or may not be on the correct side of his chest.
Aang's not one to talk here, so.
Yeah. And he asks, is that what it means to love something? Love doing something?
Love is a many-faceted thing. I would say so. But 'tis not the beginning and the end of love. I do not define my love by whether or not it can drown the hunger. Only the light with which it doth bring to a life. Music be a bright one in mine.
And you're still hungry?
She kind of bites her lip. In truth, my hunger hath not been sated fully in some time.
Ang, when you mention your hunger or when you acknowledge your feeling of it, there is somewhere deep down, very deep down, a stirring in yourself. She's listening.
Ooh.
Think Aang immediately starts playing again. And Hylas, you can see her start to frown.
I think he's still a little lost on the deepest meanings of this conversation, but you can see on his face he's trying. He sort of sits back and says, we went through all that, and you're sitting here now playing music because you love it, and it makes you stop thinking about everything. Is that about right?
Aang has not stopped playing Hylas as you have started speaking. And you can see her take a breath. She keeps right on going, right on playing. Yes, that is so. Hylas, my dear friend, I do not know if it is safe for thee to be around me at present.
He looks a little concerned. He's still sitting back in what seems like a relaxed position. Maybe more of a he's trying to relax position.
Mm-hmm.
But this look of concern is glancing off to you, and he says, because you're hungry.
She doesn't wait for him to finish. Before he even says hungry, she'll start nodding.
His shoulders stiffen. His posture straightens somewhat. And he says, is there something I can do?
She keeps playing, and she's been playing now for more than a minute, Hylas. And that above table, Zell, that same tune has started back up again. Like she was playing something else and she found her way back to the Earl King. And because she's so focused on the act of continuing to play, she hasn't quite stopped yet. And she shakes her head. And even as she's shaking her head, she doesn't stop playing. I could ask little of thee. Already thou hast laid down thy life or near it in the service of my safety.
I mean, only because you did first. I mean, not only because you did, but you've done a lot, Aang. He did not bring the boastful hunter with him to the roof.
No, you left him?
I think it was a conscious decision. Whatever window he left from, he set the hunter down.
The hunter's like, he's talking to that mongrel.
The hunter wouldn't have said anything until like you fully let go and left, and then he would have been like livid. But you can't hear him at that point.
I think the hunter knows he went to go talk to Aang, though.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah,
like
okay.
laying on the bed in Hylas's room. Anyways, Hylas says that you've done so much, kind of implying that he's moved to do more because of what you've already done. And as he says this, he kind of glances on, like, over his shoulder where the boastful hunter would normally be. If you want something to eat, I could... How can I help you?
He's still playing Hylas. And you can hear that, like, even though there's a quality to Aang's music that is never quite human. It's always very technically good, but it doesn't ever seem to vary based on her emotion or anything like that. It's like it's almost like an AI song or something like that, right? It's always a little hollow. And so even though she's starting to look more concerned, the music keeps on completely unaltered.
It's like mechanical playing.
Yeah. She continues. If I am to eat, then it must be flesh, and if it be flesh, then it needs to be very fresh and substantial, and I cannot ask that of thee. It should be me. Hunts. 'Tis either the flesh or piano and no one. Solitude.
So, in this wording, this is Zell also kind of trying to understand. She has not implied that she only needs to eat people, right?
Correct.
No. Aang doesn't only need to eat people, but she does need substantial meals. Like, a chicken will not do.
Yep.
Right, but... It doesn't
think,
have
like-
to be people.
Yeah, I think,
Correct.
like, what is it, like goat, would you say is minimum size, Joe?
Goat, lamb. I think it would be very appropriate for a lamb, like more like a goat. More like a grown goat is good enough. I
Mhm.
think a lamb symbolically would also work, just because I think it is poetically appropriate.
Okay. I think Hylas starts getting to his feet. He's still, like... He's kind of in a squat, so, like, half getting up. And he says, how fresh? It doesn't have to just be you, you know?
Joe, it has to be, like, very fresh, right?
It has to be, yeah, like you can't, like if you eat it within the day it was killed.
Within a day is generous.
Yeah.
Not like 24 hours. I mean like within like
12
like
hours.
12. Yeah,
Mhm.
within 12 hours. Like the daylight of its death.
Aang keeps playing, and there's a tenseness in her shoulders that just does not show in the music whatsoever.
He continues pleading, I'm gonna call it.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, it doesn't have to just be you. I thought it was just me before all of this, before you, any of you. I don't think it is anymore. If I can help, let me. Please.
She turns toward him, and there's this sense that there's a question she wants to ask him. And even as she turns toward him, her hands are still going with that same mechanical precision. But her eyes are very soft, right? Very sympathetic. Hylas, they look to you a little like they looked in the moment when she was trading her life for yours. And then she bites her lip again. Within the daylight of its death. It must be within the daylight of its death. Or the moonlight.
And what time is it now? Where's the sun?
It's like noon.
And I guess Hylas wouldn't know to like sort out these technicalities. I guess this is more Zell being curious, but if it's like noon, are we working with more of an hourly limit for freshness, or is it more of a poetic, like, if you kill it when the sun goes, like,
You know
is
what?
that...
Joe, I will take this one because I have a strong
Okay.
feeling about this one.
Okay.
I think by Fae rules, it makes more sense if it's the poetic answer. Whatever phase you are in of the day, you have to kill it. She has to eat it before that phase is done. So if it's daylight, she has to eat it before dusk. And if it's evening, then she has to eat it before dawn. Dusk and dawn are very small windows.
Okay.
We do not eat at dusk and dawn.
I think he's going to continue his little plea here and say, what is he gonna say? Especially if you're gonna go off on your own again. And it's just gonna be you again. Maybe don't let it just be you right now. I don't know. He's fully standing up. He definitely has like... He looks embarrassed as he's just kind of spouting all of this.
As he stands up, if I may cut in, Zell.
Yeah.
Aang will stop playing and will set down the kalimba. And then very, very quietly, I am afraid I cannot accompany thee today, Hylas. I am afraid of them.
Huh? Whew.
He gestures out from the roof onto the people that she can see that are wandering around the city. Them.
He looks out at everybody kind of going about their daily business. And his expression grows less frantic as those words sit with him. He has internalized a meaning about this. But there's sort of a look of understanding as he glances back to you. And I think continuing his plea on a much softer, more dying energy, he says, and if I bring you back something, you gonna stop me?
I cannot. I would worry for thee, Hylas.
After all that we went through, not even just in Lloyd's basement, but before all that too. Yeah, I'd be afraid too. I am afraid too. And he says that, kind of glancing back to the crowds below.
On them and I remember Lloyd's face of the others. Such normal people who may in any crowd feel at home. There is no easy way to differentiate the evils among them. No easy way. Each of them may, in their hearts, carry that hatred and murder. I cannot bear to be among them, and I would hate for thee to come to further harm at their hands.
He I don't think it registers with him to make any physical contact in this moment. I was thinking like he puts a hand on your shoulder or something. I don't think he quite feels any of those gestures, but he says, well, the feeling's mutual. Sort of this forlornness overtakes him, if that's even a word. And he says, I won't make you go anywhere, and I won't stop you from doing what you're gonna do. But while you're here, while you're still here, I want to do what I can. So wait for me and I'll be back before you know it. I'll bring you something to eat so when you leave again, maybe it won't just be you and the music out there. And the hunger. I don't know.
I think Aang looks at Hylas and smiles, and at the edge of her eyes, there's some tears that start to roll down, right? And she kind of touches her finger to her mouth. It will not be simply me and the music, Hylas. I can promise thee that.
There is sort of a cold chill that runs through him, seeing your tears falling. You can see in sort of a the quick way that his eyes are darting about. You see that thought of like, did I do something wrong?
And she wipes at her cheeks. Go, tis all right. I only ask that you take care. I shall await thee and thy return here.
I have till sundown, right?
And she nods.
And am I supposed to find you back up here?
It would be a hassle to carry you. She doesn't say the word. Carry it all the way here. I can meet thee at wherever. Base of the inn, if it is preferable to thee. The stable, perhaps.
If they let me inside with whatever I bring back, I'll climb up here with it. I'll do that for you.
Oh. Aang shakes her head. The stable.
Yeah, maybe stable's fine. Yeah, maybe stable's fine.
Aang will nod. She looks over at him, and I think she doesn't trust herself to stand and go over to him. You can see her like start to reach out, but then she'll turn and she'll go back to playing. Like thee, Hylas, I appreciate thee more than words can say.
His breath sort of catches in his throat. And he has his back turned, I think. He's beginning to walk away as you say that. And he I think he tries to take a lighter tone as he says this, fully not facing you. He says, Don't mention it. It's the least I can do. I'm sorry. Sorry for not being there before. And before he can finish that thought, you can kind of see his shoulders shaking from behind, and he just quickly raises his hand in kind of a still goodbye, before he runs off and ducks back in through the window he came in, or the window he left.
It's a
Bye,
very
Hylas.
touching moment, and then like an awkward, like, oh, hold on, I just slipping a little bit, and then clambering back through the window. And the moment you touch the hunter,
Yeah.
you left me
Listen, I'm sorry. You're gonna love this next part, though.
After all I've done for you.
We gotta go. We have until sundown. We gotta go into the woods, hunt the biggest thing we can get.
We're going on a hunt?
Yeah, let's go. And he just like slings the hunter over his shoulder and just like sprints with his long ass legs down the halls of the inn, out the door.
As you're running.
You do care.
I care so much, buddy. But maybe not as much about you in this instance, but that's fine.
There's so much, buddy. Love it.
Oh, boy. Okay. So, Hylas is going hunting. And as we
shit.
wind down, what's up?
I forgot. I wanted to ask the boastful hunter about the wild hunt that Aang mentioned.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that now.
As he's like sprinting through town, I think. You know, he's maximizing his time. As he's like making his way to the outskirts, to the woods. I think he'll just kind of drop it casually, like, hey, what do you know anything about a wild hunt, by the way? Angerad mentioned it.
He, the whole time, like up until you ask him a question and prompt him, he's been like,
What are we going to hunt? A bear? Maybe 2 bears. How about a unicorn? I did see one of those. I've heard of them. What about a dragon? You think there'll be dragons around?
and then you prompt him with, what is the wild hunt? He goes,
The wild hunt? Let me think. It is a legendary thing, I believe. A bit of fairy nonsense, if I recall correctly. Why do you ask?
Nonsense. You know, Angerad mentioned it was, coming?
It's coming? Where? Here?
She said that, right? That it's coming here?
Yeah, she said here specifically.
Yeah, I think he relays that. Just, yeah, she said it was coming here. Sounded like a big deal. Sound like something you might know about?
there is a long pause, and he says,
Hans, my boy, there is a golden opportunity for us at our feet. And I implore you to seize it. If you go on this hunt, slay me something fierce, I promise not to bother you about hunting for at least a year.
If I hunt the wild hunt?
Something in there. There's plenty of beasts and nasty creatures that participate in the wild hunt. It is, after all, a big, gay event. Drags in all kinds of creatures, vampires, werewolves. Of course, the Fae, Bavanshi, sometimes even the undead.
So it's not just one thing.
Oh, heaven, no. Anything that has an urge to hunt, kill, can be called by the wild hunt.
I see. All right. Sounds like a plan.
So you're going to kill me something nasty then? And I'll help?
Why do you have to phrase it like that? He kind of has a determined look on his face. And he says, yeah, I'll do it.
There's another long pause. And he comes out with,
What did I do to deserve such kindness? Did I say something that struck you in such a way that you feel indebted to me now? What was it? I'm just curious.
I think his steps slow for a moment. Because he has no idea how to explain what is motivating him right now. All he really has the wherewithal to know and to articulate is just a very matter-of-fact, huh? No, it wasn't anything you did.
I see. Well, I'm not one to look in the mouth of a gift horse or whatever the saying goes.
I just know Aang's hungry.
Oh, I see. The fey creature needs sustenance. Why don't you buy her a leg of lamb or something?
It's gotta be fresh, apparently.
Is that why we're going
Or-
hunting?
Yep.
there's a pause.
I thought you were going hunting because you cared about me. I say I was mistaken.
Hylas looks puzzled, and he kind of brings the gun around to the front, like caressing a bit. He says, "You want me to care about you?
What?
Is that where we're at?"
I can't simply ask such a question. What do you expect me to say?
Yes. No. You don't know?
There's a pause, and then like after you say you don't know, he just goes,
Just be on your way. Let's go do this hunt. Put it out of your mind. I'm just going to enjoy the act for what it is. And no one can take that away from me.
Sure, partner. Appreciate it.
Thank you, partner.
All right. I think that
Okay.
is all I had to ask him.
okay. Then we will end on Willow pulling in some folks to go to fancy dinner, and Hylas going to hunt. And Maddie can be wherever Maddie so chooses to be. She can help with the hunt, or she can be stuffed into a fancy outfit and go to a dinner
Yeah, I'm
as
assuming.
a as a voice of reason.
I'm assuming that both Paige and Michonne would want to go to fancy dinner.
Mm-hmm.
If they get to keep the outfit. If she gets to keep the outfit, absolutely.
It's like, well, I don't think anybody else is taking the outfit. It doesn't fit on anybody else.
Perfect. All part of the plan for being this fucking small.
As a player, I love fancy dinners, but there's no way in hell I'm going to one right now.
Yeah, no. Does Anissa,
I don't think anyone wants her there right now either.
Does Anissa want to go to fancy dinner? Cody. You're muted.
Are they simply AFK?
Cody!
Sorry, I'm here.
Does
Okay.
Anissa want to go to fancy dinner or no?
It's with who? The Lord people?
Yeah, the kings and queen
Yep.
and the a couple other people.
Just a few.
I think
rich
she would
folks.
not go.
Okay. Unfortunately, at least one hunter has to go.
You could take Vincent. He's like civilized.
Yeah, I feel like
Is
it's a
civilized.
responsible answer and an answer Maddie would choose.
Is Vincent amenable to going and being dressed up?
He does not mind being dressed up. He, in fact, likes dressing up. But he hates high society.
Well, you've got no good options then.
Mhm.
He will go if you ask him to. He's happy. He will happily do this for you because you are a friend,
Yeah.
and you have given him a gift.
Yeah, I think Willow as they're all preparing is like, okay, you're coming because I know you two are gonna be
Oh,
able
you're
to
breaking
handle it. She just turned to everybody and be like, okay, you're coming because I know that you're gonna handle yourselves, and just slow turn to Vincent, Malik, and Maddie, and it's like, pros, feast. Pro, for some of you, fancy dress. All you can eat of food that you're never going to eat again. You have to be nice
paper,
to
scissors?
snobs.
Literally, rock, paper, scissors, leave it up to luck.
Okay, you can do rock paper scissors with Malik.
Vincent.
Malik is straight up just no.
Yeah.
He will put his foot down and be like, I'm not going.
He's already had to deal with it once today.
Yeah, he did
He
his
got
time.
too close to it and he's done. Even if you could fit him into a monkey suit, he would hate it.
Oh,
Wait, that's not a racist thing, is it?
No, you're good.
Flip a coin. One
No.
is Maddie, two is...
No?
no. Joe.
What is
rock,
it?
paper, scissors
Yeah?
with me. On the third, so you go rock, paper, scissors, and you say it. You and me. Let's go.
Okay.
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 One. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, rock.
Rock. Well, again.
Okay. 1, 2.
Very
okay, you
fitting.
go ahead.
Wait. I'll do it. So you both
Yeah,
respond at the same
impartial
time.
impartial third party.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the way I was raised to do this is rock, paper, scissors says shoot. So
Yes.
go
Yeah.
after shoot, okay?
Oh, okay, go
I
after
do
shoot.
have
Got
a
it.
suggestion
Okay.
that might make the synchronization more in sync,
What?
Uh-huh.
which is you could both type your answers into the Foundry and then hit
Oh
enter
yeah.
on shoot.
That's true, but that's
I-
not as fun as blurting it out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And Iris is also not in Foundry, I don't think.
Are we
Yeah, I don't even
are
have
we
my
ready,
laptop right
fighters?
Gotcha.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors says shoot.
now.
Rock.
Scissors.
Oh, Joe wins.
So does that mean that
Perfect.
Vincent goes, or that Maddie has to go? That wasn't established.
I mean, Vincent gets to choose, and Vincent's gonna make Maddie go.
Yeah.
If for no other reason, he's gonna make Maddie go because he's like, I think it would be funny to put you in a little dress.
And you won't get to see it.
That's okay with me. I just want you to have
the experience of high society. Have fun.
He'll do a little finger wave.
At least I get all the fancy food.
Maddie. Big, big, pleading puppy dog eyes. Can Paige do your hair?
All of it. Man, you know what would
Fine.
fuck up Maddie super bad that you could do, and it would take her like 30 minutes to notice? If you braided her hair to her tail.
Oh my god!
That is funny.
If Maddie ever pisses her off.
Willow will find the least extravagant that she can manage.
As long as she can move it, and it's not super tight.
Well, unfortunately, I think the style of the time is a corset waist, but the rest can be flowy.
I mean, the
I'm
corset's
just-
kind of similar to leather armor.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but leather armor is meant to, like, stick to you, not suffocate you.
Yeah, same thing.
Ooh,
One
I
harms you, one
immediately
protects you.
find something that might work. Least extravagant that she can manage. And it's fox colored.
It is fox colored. It's very pretty.
Ooh. Oh my god, wait! Paige has the spell befitting attire.
Yup.
I forgot I had her grab that.
Hey!
We don't need to wear
even
any tailors.
Yeah, you don't even need to stuff Maddie into it. It'll fit her automatically.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And Willow has the gussy up feet. I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember what it's called, but the gussy up feet.
Okay,
This
I
is
fully
as
admit
close
that
to
is
a
cute
gala as you
outfit.
guys can get right now.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Iris?
My face.
I fully admit that is such a cute outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And just imagine this, right? You can look like that and fit in, right? And still be comfy.
Yeah, she'll be the most comfortable out of everybody there. And Willow will just look her in the eye and tell her that.
I don't think being the most comfortable in something like that, in a dress like that, is good. It just means that everyone's suffering. Why would everyone want to suffer like that? That makes no fucking sense. Why wouldn't you just want to be comfortable?
I mean, I can target 5 willing creatures. If anyone wants a cheat code.
I'm trying to think. Do we drag Pierre with us? So that Pierre has a nice night out?
Yes, absolutely.
Did he stretch?
Where am I going?
To eat food that you did not have to cook.
And also wear this.
Also wear this. He might, if he is not opposed to it, he can also choose the cheat code option. But that would involve
Oh.
Paige casting a spell on him and having it last multiple hours.
Magic does make him squeamish, but
Mm-hmm.
I think he doesn't mind going with the mundane option of fancy suit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's your lineup for next time, Joe.
Yep. I'm gonna note this down. So it's Pierre,
Paige, Maddie.
Willow,
Mhm.
Paige, Michonne.
4 PCs and an NPC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Abigail is being left in the under the careful watch of Anissa. And the other two hunters and Aang.
Yeah, Barn, Mr. Biggs is gonna be there. Probably should not bring Abigail.
No. As much as Willow would like to give Abigail the experience, no.
I'll bring food back for her. We can hide it in my hat.
That would be like such a fucking crazy play to like. He's like literally hired people to find her, and you bring her to his face, and he doesn't know who she is, and he's just like, oh yeah, nice young lady who looks like just you know, like the one I'm looking for, but there's no way it's her.
No, of course not. This
There's
is my little cousin.
Too many happenstances happening in one place.
For the record, Hylas technically won. He did find her.
He did.
You're not wrong.
Just didn't come back with her.
Aang is on the roof vibing.
Aang is on the roof by her lonesome.
Not for long.
The way you phrase that makes it sound like Hylas is hunting Aang.
Oh, you're right. Hunting for food for Aang. There we go. Lord.
What's gonna yield more meat, do you think? A bear or a moose?
Bear.
You're
Probably
gonna
a moose.
try and kill a moose? The fuck you?
Yeah,
Alone?
but also you'd have to kill a moose. Hold on, I gotta
bear.
look up.
Go with bear.
Oh
A moose might
man,
fucking kill you, dude.
that's so disappointing. A moose is only level 3. What level is a bear? Bear.
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 Oh man, depending on the bear you want to get, you get fucking killed.
Yeah.
Black bear, you can fight. Grizzly bear, you could fight. It's about as strong as a moose. Polar bear, you might lose. Cave bear, you will lose.
Yeah. Oh god, I guess we could find a polar bear out here, huh?
Oh god.
Technically, yeah.
Jesus.
Poor
That's
thing, though.
that is genuinely the most terrifying thing I have thought about in this campaign.
Yeah.
How much health do you have, Hylas?
I
Paige.
have a decent amount. I think like second most in the party, maybe.
Amy, what color does
Mhm.
Pierre want to wear?
He strikes me as a blue kind of guy. I don't know. Joe, what do you think?
I think he would look good in blue or like rust-colored, brownish colors.
Mm-hmm.
My face when there's finally a gala in a game, and my character is not in a position to go.
You did this to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You all have fun at your fancy party. I'm gonna go roleplay Red Dead Redemption.